with this man going on to garner the appropriate nickname of Bug Eyes McLip due to just how unnatural his facial features appear, especially his eyes. In fact, there's something unnatural about all of these recreations, which begs the question, did any of them actually work? Well, surprisingly, out of these 4 people, 3 have been identified. Christy Crystal Creek would go on to be identified as Janet Lee Lucas, a 23-year-old who would be the last identified victim of serial killer Wayne Nance, with this identification being the result of improved forensic genealogy. The second and most notorious example would go on to be identified as Jenny Gomez, who had been strangled by Steven Zilich, a man dubbed the Wisconsin Suitcase Murderer. And despite this recreation appearing to look nothing like Jenny, it was actually the sole reason that she was identified, as one of her family members ended up recognizing these overpronounced cheekbones and matching them to Jenny. And then there was Septic Tank Sam, who was revealed to be Gordon Edwin Sanderson, thanks again to genetic genealogy, as a sample of his sister's DNA was eventually used to prove that this was in fact him, though it's still unknown who killed him or why. Which leaves just this final person, the killer of at least 3 people. He, unfortunately, has never been identified, and this isn't too surprising as the features of this person just seem impossible. He just looks far too strange to be real. Right? Well, even though he hasn't been positively ID'd, it doesn't mean that he hasn't been potentially photographed. Shortly after the teens were murdered, a funeral was held in their remembrance, for which a large crowd of locals were in attendance, with this photo of the crowd being snapped. And standing there, in the center of it all, was a man whose features looked impossible. This man would never be photographed again, and his connection to the case has never been officially confirmed, leaving these murders unsolved to this very day.